A key role of facility managers and technicians is to conduct regular maintenance. FacilityBot's Checklist Builder allows you to easily digitize your checklists and schedule them to recur as needed. FacilityBot also has a library of popular checklist templates to help you set up in minutes. To create a new checklist, go to Settings and select Checklist. The page shows the list of previously created checklist templates. You can search for a specific checklist using the search field, or click on the plus new button to create a new checklist. FacilityBot gives you the option to create a checklist starting with a template from our checklist library, or create a new one using a blank template. Let's select the Create from a Blank Template option. For each checklist you make, you have the option to share the checklist in the public library. To do this, click on the toggle on the upper right. If this is enabled, other FacilityBot users will be able to use your template. Let's give our new checklist a name. You can add notes for the responder who will be completing the checklist. Select responders who are assigned to complete the checklist and the managers who will be allowed to sign off on the checklist. You also have the option to link the checklist to an asset. Once linked, you can easily view the status and content of all checklists linked to that asset from the Assets page. Activate this toggle if you would like to require the responder to enter the start and end time of the check. The checklist can be set to recur at specified intervals, for example, daily, weekly, or monthly using the recurrence panel. On the bottom part of the page, the first 5 scheduled dates and times of the checklist are shown. To add a new row to the checklist, click on the plus New Row button. Each row is automatically numbered. Give the row a description by typing on the description field. You can pick a check to add from the selection given. You have the option to add single choice response, multiple choice response, free text response, image response, toggle response, date and time response, and signature response. The rows can also be duplicated using the duplicate icon or deleted using the dustbin icon. Once all the necessary rows have been added, click on the Save button to save the changes. On the scheduled date and time, a checklist will appear in the Pending Checklist page. You can also create an ad hoc checklist if you would like to complete a certain checklist outside of the scheduled date or time using the plus icon. To view pending checklist, click on the View Pending Checklist button or navigate there by going to Features and selecting Checklist. On this page, there's a sub-menu to show pending checklist and checklist under review. You can view the checklist in the calendar view by clicking on the Calendar button. Take note that the checklist can also be exported as a PDF file. Upcoming checklists can be viewed by clicking on the Upcoming button. The upcoming checklist can also be filtered by entering a date range or search using the search field. The checklist can be exported as a CSV file. To do this, click on the Export CSV button. You can search for a specific checklist using the search field or hover on the checklist to view actions available for this checklist. You can click on the Edit icon to complete the checklist, view its history by selecting the History icon, email the checklist to an email account for completion, reassign this checklist, change the asset link, generate a PDF for this checklist, or cancel the checklist altogether. Note that the checklist can also be completed through the Responder web portal or FacilityBot mobile app. To complete the checklist we just made, let's sign into FacilityBot portal using a Responder account. Click on Checklist from the menu on the left. The page shows all the pending checklists. Select a checklist to complete and hover on the right to show the selection menu. Click on the pen icon to edit the checklist. An editing panel will appear on the right where the checklist can be edited. Complete the checks as appropriate and add the start and end time when the check was conducted. Once done, click on the Complete button to save the changes. Once the checklist has been completed by the responder, managers can sign off on the checklist. To sign off, let's sign back into the FacilityBot Manager portal or admin account. Navigate to Features, Checklists, and the For Review section. Here you can see all the completed checklists that are ready for manager's review. They will be in the processing status. Pick a checklist you want to review and sign off on. Click on the Sign Off Checklist icon of the selected checklist. A pop-up will appear where you can sign off and enter remarks if any. You can also perform other actions for the selected checklist, including viewing its history, adding remarks, creating a corrective fault report, reassigning the checklist, linking the checklist to another asset, or generating a PDF.